Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the Morning Brunch. I'm Renee Skinner.
And I'm Nathan Kitchens.
Here's what's on the menu for today's brunch. We're going to take a look at our favorite stories from today. Then we'll show you a pretty interesting gadget in our Rich on Tech.
Yeah, it is really interesting. Also, I'll give you a look at our interesting weather heading into the day tomorrow, later on in our last bite.
Good deal. Sounds good. So here's what's on my plate for today. Leaders in Central Illinois are remembering a civil rights icon. Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. died yesterday morning. Reverend Jackson ran for president twice, once in 1984 and another time in 1988. He founded the Rainbow Push Coalition, a nonprofit that fights for social change. The president of the Peoria NAACP, Pastor Marvin Hightower, says Jackson leaves behind a legacy of encouragement and motivation. Along with inspiring change, Reverend Jackson worked and marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. during the Civil Rights Movement. He also created an oratorical society, which included several young people from around Central Illinois. He was also a husband, a father, and a grandfather. And this story definitely stuck out to me because I remember growing up and watching Jesse Jackson when, he made up the phrase, "Keep hope alive." That was a big thing we would say around the house. So, and also just he was different than other civil rights leaders because he fought for everyone, not just black people, not just white people, but also people in the LGBTQ plus community. I can recall when the Jeffrey Dahmer scandal was going on in Wisconsin, Reverend Jackson went down there because the majority of the victims of Jeffrey Dahmer were black gay men. And so Jesse Jackson went down there, he rallied, he protested, and he called attention to police neglect because at the time, several people had called about Jeffrey Dahmer and the police just were not listening. So Jesse Jackson went to Wisconsin. Even though a lot of people thought at the time that that wasn't his fight, he still took up the mantle and still went there and still raised awareness. So Jesse Jackson has a remarkable history. He's been, a civil rights leader for so long, and he's definitely a flawed man too, like a lot of us are, but definitely a civil rights icon. So that's why this story stuck out to me.
Yeah, what an amazing legacy he has left behind, an example for all of us to follow. I mean, it's just amazing to see somebody so passionate, dedicating their entire life to something that you truly care about, and to be so involved in so many different things. And I remember, even when the Trayvon Martin case was so big in the news for so long, and he was involved with that, of course, and we heard about, of course, George Floyd, and he just fought for so many people, as Renee mentioned, not just for African Americans, but for everybody out there. And what an amazing legacy. I was watching one of his little rallies or speeches, and it just brought me to tears. I mean, he was just on fire, and he just made you want to go out and make a change, and his passion was definitely contagious, and I know he, of course, impacted and inspired a lot of people.
Yeah.
So what an amazing life that he lived and he led. So.
Couldn't have said it better, buddy.
Absolutely.
What's on your plate?
Yes, so a popular game in Peoria is hooping it up for Congenital Heart Disease Awareness Month. Papa Shot Peoria teamed up with OSF's Congenital Heart Center yesterday for the Papa Shot Games. The event featured several arcade games where OSF patients got to square off with various cardiac surgery providers. Regardless of how well they put the basketball in the hoop, patients were guaranteed prizes for participating in the event that had a much greater purpose. Donations from this event went to Touch Organization. It's a nonprofit that helps children and adults with congenital heart defects. And this is something that I think is really interesting. Congenital heart disease, it affects about 1 in 100 babies. Some can have it but not need any treatment. There are others that will have to go through several surgeries. So it's something that maybe a lot of people aren't aware about. And this is actually the first year that they've done something like this. We talked to one of the pediatric cardiologists there at OSF, and they were just so excited for this event, hoping that this can become something that we kind of start a tradition every year, because it is important to bring awareness, and it's great to see support for such a good cause. So
Yeah, heart disease is like what, the #1 cause of death, I think?
I think you're right.
Especially among women,
I've
I'm
heard that.
sure.
Yeah.
So this is a good deal. And then it's fun on top of that. Like,
Exactly.
I don't know if that basketball hoop was moving. I couldn't tell, but that is hard, okay?
Oh, man.
Good grief. So, yeah. Go ahead.
My aim is not very good in basketball.
I know.
I just do it for fun.
Yeah. I can't even alley-oop, so. But yeah, this is a good cause. You always see OSF doing good things, especially with kids, with, you know, our vulnerable population. They always seem to like step up and really, you know, bring awareness to a good cause.
They really do. And just getting
yeah.
involved, allowing so many people to get involved is so awesome.
Absolutely. I agree. All right, so we have a question, our mega question of the day. If you could switch careers for a day, what profession would you explore?
For a day.
Yeah,
let's
for
see.
a day. Huh.
I think, you know, like being a pilot would be cool.
Ooh,
I'd be making
really?
some big bucks, but also I think it would be really cool because you'd get to fly to, you just get to see the whole world essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to fly to different cities every day, and I'm sure there's a part of the job that can be a little bit hectic and a little stressful at times,
yeah.
especially if the weather is bad and there's turbulence and whatnot, and you have to deal with, you know, weather delays. But that would be so much fun, especially as somebody who enjoys weather and seeing everything from up high, going above the cloud line. That would be just really cool. Or being an astronaut, I think would be really cool. There have been times growing up that I thought I might consider going into being somebody with space, you know, maybe being an astronaut.
Working with NASA?
It's just too much. The math is too much.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. But for one day, that would be really cool to step in somebody's shoes and try it out.
It's intense.
Yeah.
You have all these like cool ambitions and professions you would like to try. I don't. I don't know. Like, I'm not good at math. I'm not good at science. I don't know. Maybe I'd be like a history teacher because you know, I like history.
Yeah.
And then I would want to pick something that made good money. So look, maybe
Exactly.
a meteorologist.
Well,
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a fun job.
Nathan's like, nope, stay away.
And according to a lot of people, it's the only job where you can be right only 50% of the time.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
not true, though, by the way. We do keep score of accuracy, and it's way higher than 50%. So
It is.
People
Nathan
only
here.
document when we're wrong, but they forget every day when we're right. And the one random
Right.
time we're wrong, that's when people focus, people all their focus on that.
Same
but-
thing with news. You can do everything right.
Yeah.
And the one time you make a mistake, oh, fake news, boo. So
Yeah.
you can't please them, you know, either
Yeah,
way you go.
And there's a side of me that thinks teaching would be cool. Like I
Yeah.
go to schools sometimes and we'll do like weather presentations, and
Yeah.
it gets the kids really excited. My mom's a teacher, and she's always kind of inspired me, you know, to be, in terms of education and always trying to educate myself on different things. I think it would be cool in the sense that if you're a teacher, you get a summer break.
Yeah,
that would be
that's
really
so
cool. I don't
cool.
think a day-to-day itself would be all that wonderful necessarily. I mean, I'm sure being around kids is good sometimes, but sometimes it's overwhelming, and your days
Yeah.
can be really long
Yeah.
and really
Small
stressful.
doses.
Dealing with parents who don't help their kids
Yeah.
succeed, and it's hard.
Yeah, that teaching, that's a thankless job right there.
Phew.
I can recall when I was little, I don't know, I had heard, and you can't laugh, okay? This may
Okay.
make you laugh.
All right.
But I had heard of the phrase exotic dancer when I
Yeah.
was little.
Uh-huh.
And it sounded fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, whoa, an exotic dancer? Whoa. And then I told my mom, I want to be an exotic dancer. And my mom was like,
That's
no,
great.
you don't. Do you know what that is?
I promise you really don't.
Yeah, and I did not. At the time, I did
At
not
the
know what
time,
that was.
but-
But now I do.
But now you do. Yeah. Now you know.
So you just never know. Kids, you know, good grief.
Oh,
but
man.
hopefully you are in the right career that you want to be in. We are.
And if
right?
not, you're never too old to dream.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Age ain't nothing but a number, okay? All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We've got your Rich on Tech coming up next. Welcome back. One man ordered an AI robot dog for his grandson, but what showed up was not so smart. Rich DeMuro has the story in today's Rich on Tech.
Online ads have gotten really good at selling us stuff, especially on social media, and sometimes they look too good to be true. One ad going around promises a lifelike robotic AI puppy, but what one man got was very different.
Doesn't answer questions. It doesn't take any of these commands on the box.
IT pro Stace Graham should have known better.
That's all it does.
He came across multiple online ads for an AI-powered robotic puppy called Woofy.
Ads pop up all the time, and it was my grandson's birthday coming up, and I'm like, wow, that puppy would be awesome.
The website promised a lifelike, interactive puppy kids could cuddle with, play with, and train.
It's supposed to lick your face, it's supposed to take treats, things like that.
So he ordered 3 dogs for $75.
And I was just hoping for the best.
What arrived was this.
This is Woofy.
This is an AI dog. That's all it does.
I mean, I've seen those at the mall.
I know.
Here's the box that the dog came in. It's pretty substantial until you realize the dog doesn't weigh very much, but this does. A metal plate in the bottom to make the box feel heavier.
We're looking at false claims, exaggerated claims on an AI-directed robotic toy, which are not true.
Steve McFarland is with the Better Business Bureau. They have a free tool called BBB Scam Tracker, which crowdsources consumer complaints. People can report their experiences and others can read them.
We get thousands of reports per day, and anybody can use it. It's free.
In this case, a quick search of Woofy would have revealed dozens of complaints.
It's a preventative tool, so you get information from a multitude of different consumers that have experience buying or trying to buy that product.
As for Stace, he's still not convinced this dog is a keeper. He's now trying to get his money back from his credit card, but he did learn a new trick.
Always do research. Always. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true.
Bottom line, if a deal looks or sounds too good to be true, do a quick search on the Better Business Bureau Scam Tracker website. It could save you a lot of time, money, and frustration. I'll put a link to it on my website, richontech.tv. I'm Rich DeMuro. That's Rich on Tech.
You know, that dog did look cute, though.
Yeah, cute. It did not sound very cute, though.
No, it was like, beep, 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 beep,
Not
beep.
sounding like a dog at all.
No, not
Like a
at all.
dolphin or something,
I'd chuck that out the window if I ever got something like that.
Throw it in a fire pit and make
Yep.
some s'mores.
Oh, yeah.
Yummy. All right. Well, when people go on first dates, they usually get asked common questions in order to get to know each other. However, some women are asking their dates who their celebrity crush is and dumping them depending on their answer. Some women say that if a man answers with over-the-top enthusiasm that he's not showing me, then it's time to go. Some women say celebrities like Zendaya are considered green flags. However, celebrities like Margot Robbie and Sydney Sweeney are seen as red flags. Experts suggest this viral test question stems from modern dating anxiety and a desire for predictability during a time of uncertainty.
Interesting. I don't know. Celebrity crushes are celebrity crushes. I'm not going to get bent out of shape if my partner says, I love Halle Berry.
It's silly.
You know, like, well, you're with me, though, so deal with it. Like, I'm never going to be Halle Berry, but you're here for a reason, so yeah.
I mean, I've dated people back, like, in high school who had celebrity crushes on, like, the craziest people who were like, but I didn't judge them for that. I mean, I've had crushes on celebrities, too, that people probably would never guess, so.
Yeah. Oh,
and I'm not going to put that in the open.
You're not going to tell us at least one person you have a celebrity crush on. Please.
Well, one of them is Katy Perry, but.
Katy Perry? The Dark Horse Queen? And our director saying he agrees, and our floor director saying he agrees.
See?
Katy Perry must have it going on.
And I do like Zendaya, too, and that's a green flag.
Zendaya's a pretty girl. She's beautiful.
I watched her on Disney shows, so.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think. Because, I don't know. Of course, Michael B. Jordan is a big one.
Yeah.
I still love Denzel Washington. And I just love me some President Obama. That's a safe celebrity crush.
Definitely is.
Who can't like President Obama? You know,
Exactly.
despite what political aisle
Exactly.
you're on, he's
Great-
still a likable guy.
Great person.
So,
Yeah.
you know, but anyway, I'm glad I learned what your celebrity crush is.
The more you know.
Katy
The more you know.
Perry. All right. Well, you may have heard about the past trend of girl dinner, but now it's all about boy kibble. Girl dinner is a low-effort meal like cheese, crackers, and fruit, while boy kibble is simply rice and veggies topped with ground beef. One man reportedly came up with the concept to help meet his protein, fiber, and calorie goals. Now the idea is spreading like crazy all over social media. While girl dinner emphasizes taste, variety, and enjoyment, boy kibble is all about efficiency, minimalism, and overall health.
Okay, I probably should try that.
Yeah, there was one time where I had ground beef, and then, you know, you can make like broccoli cheddar rice in a little pack. I
Yeah.
just did that, mixed it together, and it turned out great.
Ooh.
So I'm all about the efficiency. I'm not going to reach for cheese and crackers because I don't think that's filling. I think protein is needed.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You reach for these things that don't really fill you, so you just keep getting more and more and more, and it's
Yeah.
just. But that sounds like it's filling and it's very healthy. So.
What do you eat? Like what? Besides,
What do I eat?
Besides cheddar, what are those Cheetos?
Hot Cheetos?
Yeah, hot
Hot
Cheetos. What do
Cheetos.
you eat?
I eat a lot of well, as far as like snacking goes, I will eat like those little powdered donuts that you get.
Okay.
Those are really
from the,
good.
From the gas station?
Yeah, or
What do
like.
you eat for dinner?
Oh, for dinner.
What did you eat last night?
Okay, I had spaghetti last night.
Did you make it?
I did make it at home.
Okay.
So.
Okay, you're somewhat normal.
I didn't even put any ground beef in there. I just literally just dumped the sauce in, and I'm really simple.
Wait, you had meatless spaghetti?
Oh yeah. Ground beef's too expensive now, so I'm trying to save money, and that's one way I can save money.
You know, that's the only argument you could give right now. How do you have meatless spaghetti? Oh
It's pretty
my
good. It had
God.
chunks of stuff in it, so it wasn't just it was like a garden combo, combination of different stuff.
Nathan,
So.
I'm so disappointed. Read the next story.
I also have like the microwavable mac and cheese I'm gonna have today. So.
No, I lived off of that in college,
That's nice.
so I accept that from you. But the meatless spaghetti, I am offended.
Oh boy. I didn't know it was that weird. I actually searched on Google to see, is it weird to eat spaghetti without meat? And of course, like, oh, that's perfectly normal. And a lot of people do that. And so,
No.
but I don't know.
You are the first person I've ever met to do that. So
Well,
this needs a debate. We're going to bring
Definitely does.
Sheridan into this tomorrow. But go ahead, read
all
the
right.
next story.
Well, good vibes can apparently do more than just lift your mood. They can actually improve your memory. A study published in the Journal of Neuroscience found people remember things better when they're in a positive emotional state. Researchers in China had 44 college students memorize squiggly shapes, each paired with either a happy, neutral, or negative image. A day later, students were best at recalling the shapes linked to positive images. EEG scans showed that positive emotions help the brain create consistent neutral patterns across learning sessions,
What?
like replaying
What are we
the same
reading?
mental tune each time the info came up. Shapes paired with negative images, they looked more like the brain was reacting to a threat, not looking in new information. So that's pretty
So
cool.
maybe if you were to pair math with like a good time, the person taking the math class would then remember.
Yeah, if you had like
Yeah.
ice cream, a teacher gave out ice cream when it was math time,
There we go. It
Maybe you could-
stimulates the brain.
Yeah.
And the memory cells are buzzing.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
this does this makes a lot of sense though, really.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it does. I can see that. All right, well, let's move on. There's a really nice program going on in upstate New York. It's called the Good Phone Project. It repurposes old payphones. 95% of Americans own a mobile phone, but there are still 2% of people who don't have any kind of phone. A photography professor in Rochester named Eric Kunzman saw all these out-of-commission payphones as an opportunity. He wants to help the phoneless. His project uses software that allows you to make voice calls, donations from all over the country, helped him set up a pilot project that allows people to make vital calls using Wi-Fi on these old phones. That's pretty cool. They can even set up their own voicemail. He says the calls are so important, not just for basics like a chat with a doctor or for food, but for human connection.
Wow.
Have you ever used a payphone?
I don't know if I have.
Oh my God!
I don't think so. I mean, I've seen them, and like the town where my grandma lives, they still have like an old payphone sitting out in front of the post office, and I always think, who in the world would use that now? But
Oh my gosh, I have used a payphone. I'm showing my age now. Yeah, I mean, it's no wonder that payphones are becoming extinct because everyone has a mobile phone,
Yeah.
but there are people who don't. They have to rely on other people's cell phones or,
Exactly.
you know, for whatever reason, they can't afford one. But this is
Yeah.
a good idea to repurpose a payphone. As long as I don't have to give 25 cents, I'm good.
I do remember actually one time as a kid, my mom had to use a payphone. So I watched her use it, but I haven't used one myself. So.
Yeah, and you get that voice saying 10 minutes left in this call. And then it'll get to the 10 minutes and then you're like, please insert 25 more cents. And then you're like, oh, let me get it out of my pocket. So yeah, payphones are a thing of the past. Let's leave them there. You know, just my thoughts.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. As we come to a close, here's your last bites, and we'll start with a joke of the day.
It's not funny if you laugh before the punchline, buddy.
I know. Well, why should you never? Why in the world? Okay, our producers. Why should you never fart in an Apple store?
Oh my God! Why?
Because they don't have any windows. Get it?
In an Apple store.
Because
Apple Store. Apple Store. Windows. I don't get it. Explain.
Because Windows is associated with.
Oh, Apple. I get it. I'm thinking actual apples you take a bite of.
Oh, really?
But
Okay.
no, Apple like the computer.
Computer, your phone.
See,
Apple
showing
iPhone.
my age. Interesting. Apple. Windows. Huh. Well, today might be a good day to let down the windows.
Yeah, let's
even if you don't have to park.
Open the windows. We've got 67 degrees. I I am such a kid. I'm just laughing away. 67 degrees today with plenty of sunshine. We've got more 60s tomorrow, but then it's going to get cold. So you better open those windows today because by the weekend, you will not want those windows open with temperatures in the 30s. We also watch for a couple severe storms possible tomorrow afternoon. So it's going to be an interesting next several days.
If you toot indoors, you may not be able to roll down those windows now. That weather, it's going to change.
We warned you.
All right, thanks, Nathan. That's all the time we have for you this morning.
Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Woo!